Chocolate mousse is a very special treat, can be very difficult to make, but our scientist in the kitchen, Dan Kohler, is here, and he says, none on my watch.
Exactly. I mean, I hope you guys are digging in already.
Oh, I haven't started.
This, to me, for you guys at home, this is my get-out-of-jail-free card. I've used this for Valentine's Day. I've used this for birthdays. I've used this for anniversaries. It is the easiest chocolate mousse, and it's brought to you truly by science. It's a total trick.
Why did you go to jail?
Mark, we don't have time for that.
Right.
Oh, okay. All right, what's the difference between, sorry, I'm talking with a muffle. What's the difference between this and traditional?
Traditional chocolate mousse, as you guys know at home, is made with eggs. You separate the yolks from the whites. You cook the yolks with some sugar. You beat the whites. You fold them together, and you pray that you don't crush the air
This
out
is
of it.
true.
Yeah.
Right? It's one of those things that can be finicky at home. But this is completely different. This is 2 ingredients, just chocolate and water.
Wow.
That's it.
Okay, stop right there, sir.
Oh my God.
Stop right there, and I'll tell you why. I don't know if I believe you, because you're never supposed to put chocolate and water together. They molecularly do not. They repel. They do not go together.
I like where you're going with this. I like where you're going. You're right. So chocolate and water are like oil and water.
Yes.
It's fat and water. They separate naturally. And we're always told if we're baking or making candy not to mix water and chocolate together because it's going to get grainy and clumpy. But here's the trick. You can actually fool those two things into loving each other, just like most of us do on Valentine's Day, with a little bit of science.
Wow.
So if you learn to whip them into shape,
Chip
they
on
hug.
your shoulder there. You may want to
Bitter person.
All right, so
Okay,
let's
so you did this earlier today.
Yeah.
Let's look at it.
So what I did earlier today, it's so easy. All you do is you take chocolate, and you can use anything, any chocolate you have on hand, chocolate chips even. Put them in a bowl right over a hot water bath and pour water right on top. I know it's gonna sound strange. Melt them together, just keep stirring until it's smooth. As soon as you've got a smooth mixture, all you gotta do, take it off the heat, put it over an ice bath, and then use a hand mixer or a whisk and beat it until it's smooth. What you're doing is making an emulsion. This is the trick, and look at that. It's perfectly smooth, like a chocolate mousse with 2 ingredients. It's an emulsion.
I can't even believe it.
What?
I love it. It's amazing.
And it doesn't.
What's an emulsion?
Yeah, that's a great question. An emulsion is when you take 2 liquids that otherwise absolutely do not want to mix and you force them into a stable condition. So our perfect examples of that are things we have at home. Milk, right here. Milk is an emulsion of fat droplets in water. So the fat is perfectly held away from each other in the water, and so it doesn't separate. Butter's the opposite. Tiny droplets of water are held in fat, and so they don't ever coalesce, and you have a stable arrangement.
If I put the butter in the milk, could I make another emulsion?
You could. It's going to take some whipping, some heavy whipping there.
But I would have.
Now, speaking of that whipping, if you beat it too hard, this is what I've got here. And I said this is a foolproof chocolate mousse, but when you beat it too hard, you're going to get something grainy and clumpy. Don't worry if you see this. There's actually a way to save your chocolate mousse if you fail.
You made a mistake?
I know.
I can't believe
this is what I did earlier. Now, see, if you keep beating it, you're going to over-emulsify it. You get way too much air in there. You get this kind of disgusting-looking clumpy mess, and you think, oh no, I've wasted all of this chocolate. Guess what? This truly is foolproof. Melt it again. Just remelt that exact same
Add more water,
mixture.
or just
You can
melt
add a touch, but you don't really have to. Remelt it, go back over the ice, beat it one more time, and this time, stop when you get to the texture of whipped cream. Again, what other dessert?
Look at that.
What other dessert can you actually fail and bring back and just fix again? You can't make a brownie. You can't burn a pan of brownies and then unburn them.
No, you cannot.
I've tried.
Yes, you have. Can you?
Several times, actually.
Does this only work with dark chocolate, or does it work with any kind of chocolate?
Any kind of chocolate, because what we're dealing here is just science. So all chocolate acts like a fat, and with water, you're making an emulsion of fat and water. You could use white chocolate. You could use milk chocolate. You can use a blend.
My mind is kind of blown.
I'm telling you
that you have made mousse with a chocolate bar and water.
2 ingredients. This is your Valentine's get out of jail free card.
I
If you don't
cannot
have anything
believe
planned right now
So
and you have chocolate chips at home,
It's
you can make
delicious.
dessert.
Could you make this for your girlfriend and your wife?
Yeah.
Both of them at the same time.
Wow. Like store one ahead of time?
Just not at the same time. Yeah.
Okay.
I would make, milk chocolate for your girlfriend and maybe dark chocolate for your wife.
Right.
Yeah.
No, but can you make it ahead of time? I guess
I'd make it. You can make it maybe a few hours ahead of time, but not the day before. But the great thing here is that it's only going to take you 5 to 10 minutes to make it.
That's it?
That's it. That's it.
Wow.
Melt it and beat it over ice. You're done.
Wow, talk about fantastic. You just get a bubble bath going, you're all set. You're fantastic.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
and
just
then one of those mirrors Kim has and just look at herself and say,
one of that, which reminds me, remember dry cleaning for Jerry tonight.
Right. And you got to also pick some stuff up for, yeah.
We're going to come right back.
And Sophie.
Yeah, I'm going to show you how to clean up some pesky germs on items that you don't normally clean.